all compression, guys. That was not, well, I mean, some of it was, of course, but that was not a big upper body thing. Ask Bruce Lee, if you can get a hold of him. Anyway, here we are, guys. Thrilling Thursday here in Connecticut. Life's good, campers. Life is good. Anyway, let's get right to it. You saw the thumbnail. Cornet Soloists. I have some favorites. The golden age of the Cornet Soloists was years before us, okay? So much of this is just conjecture and whatever, but Jerry studied it quite a bit, and we did talk quite a bit about it, okay? So let me honk a little bit. First notes of the day, and we will take it from there. Technique I'm going to do, guys, I haven't done in 30 years. It may sound a little clumsy, but I want you to get the idea because it does tie in to what we're going to talk about. Okay? All right. Crest the baby, some high E flats. All those mouth fifth, all K tongues. Okay, I worked on that with Jerry for quite a bit. And it's a very, very valuable technique, and it does fit into what we're doing. Okay? Now, I'm going to talk about, I can't talk about all of them. The fact of the matter is, I'm not that well versed in all of them. My favorite, there's no question, is Liberati, and his clip that you heard is down below. Guys, even if you've heard it before, listen to it again. Pop, pop, pop. Even when he's slurring, it pops. Low, pedal Cs, bigger than Sandoval. All this on an actual cornet, a cornet trumpet, and that's going to come into not my favorite sound of the whole bunch. But back in that genre, I mean, Jules Levy, Couturier, yeah, we can go on and on. That is pre and around 1900. Okay? Now, needless to say, that recording you got downtown is, down below, is 1898. Needless to say, they're not punching in clams. I mean, that is a brilliant, brilliant performance. All right? Of course, we have Del Stagers. Now, Del Stagers took some heat for one reason and one reason only. He really only played 2 solos. The Carnival of Venice and Napoli. Okay? I know he could play more than that. But he was a hopeless, knockdown, fall down alcoholic. I mean, and it is what it is. 2 solos, and he played them flawlessly, no matter what state of mind he was in, and he was absolutely incredible. Herbert L. Clark, I don't consider him as great as these guys. I mean, he was tremendous, there's no question. His multiple tonguings was not as fast and precise as these guys. Okay? Probably my favorite, because of the tone, is Dockschitzer. I mean, he could play all of these solos just as fast as any of them, just as fast as Stagers the whole night, and he sounded like Herseth. It would sound like Herseth. I like that sound much better than Liberati. Not much better, but a little bit better. It was fuller than Stagers. And, yeah, I mean, he was just incredible. Now, Rafael Mendez was a technical whiz. He wasn't big in the cornet solos. It was more of a Spanish type of thing, Malagueñan and Virgin Micro, and all that sort of stuff. But he had the tongue. There's no question. But I like all these guys' chops better than Mendez. All right. Now I'm gonna throw in a few current guys. Vizzuti. Now Vizzuti is so much more than Cornet solos. Okay. Like Mendez, I mean, he was just known for other stuff. His jazz, Woody Herman lead, da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay? Chick Corea, Tonight Show band, lead, I mean, everything. Okay? But guys, he is probably, and chime in with me, I think he may be faster than all of them. Now, he had more range than all of them. There's no question about that. Faster than all of them and with more range, I like all their tones better. I really do. Vizzuti's tone, especially when he was multiple tonguing, I hear it to be thin. Okay? Now, last but not least, and this, I wouldn't call him a cornet soloist per se, but Doc has a tremendous Carnival of Venice. Equally as fast, equally as clean as any of the guys I talked about. Now, he's not a cornet soloist, but his technique was sublime. You could put Sandoval in that category. I wouldn't put him as good as his like Morrison. His technique, dazzling technique, came in different genres, but he had the technique. But I wouldn't put him in with this group, but he had tremendous technique. And we can go right down the list. But those are my guys. Now, what I'm going to say is, and please take with a grain of salt, I am not in any way, shape, or form suggesting you do this. But especially the old-time cornet soloists, especially Liberati, Jules Levy, all that, they would practice multiple tonguing alone, just multiple tonguing. Arbenbuch, da-da-da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-dum, okay? Just that. 3 to 5 hours a day. Just that. Okay? And they would also practice just the ka, which I did with the Mahler. They would do that an hour a day. Now, guys, I'm telling you, don't try this. Unless you have a couple free days to get your chops back, it might just kill you. What you are doing is, if it's double tonguing or triple tonguing respectively, every other note or every third note, you are pulling the rug out from the foundation of your compression. Okay? Now, if your chops are not right, it'll grind you to dust. It'll ruin you. And if you have a gig Friday night, I'm telling you guys, fool around with it at best, at your own peril. Even the multiple tonguings, 3 to 5 minutes a day. If you're not a cornet soloist, okay? Now, the thing about it is, guys, if your chops are right and you practice correctly, I mean you have hellacious chops, which they do. See what I'm saying? Because you are able to support it every second or third note without the foundation, means you're relaxed and all that sort of stuff. All right? Great, great, great. I'm sure I didn't get them all. If you want to leave links with people doing this, that, and the other thing, be my guest. Guys, Mendez, I know a lot of you are Mendez guys, and I am too, but he's not a cornet soloist. Sandoval, not a cornet soloist. Doc, not a cornet solo. The only reason I put Vizzuti in there is because he did record the cornet solos. Now, one other thing, and I'm not harping on the guy, I'm just showing you how excessive use of these multiple tongues, if your chops are not right. Winton had a album of just cornet solos with the Eastman School of Music Brass Ensemble, and they had a tour planned. Okay? The kickoff to the tour was at Lincoln Center. I was there with Jerry and a bunch of the guys, and he crashed. He completely crashed. Gerard Schwartz was conducting. Gerard Schwartz had him go off for 10, 15 minutes, come back. There was no chance he was coming back. He couldn't get it through the first piece. Okay? Guys, if your chops are not the piece de resistance, and if you don't know how to do it, you're asking for trouble. And that performance was the last time he ever performed a classical piece live in public. It can grind you to dust. All right? All right. Have a good day. We'll talk tomorrow.